Hi guys, this is Albie Preston. Today we will be having a conversation with Edwin. He's going to be telling us a little bit about himself, what brought him to the tech space, why he decided to join tech, his journey through tech, what projects he's worked on, what projects he's working on, and what projects he hopes to work on in the future. I hope you guys stay tuned and interested in our conversation, and I hope you enjoy it as much as I did. Thank you. Okay, hi, I'm Albie Preston. Just go ahead and introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about your background, what interests you in tech, and yeah, elaborate as much as possible.
All right. So I'll start by mentioning my name. My name is Edmond Akwesi. I'm a Ghanaian, specifically from Brunei Harbour region in Ghana. And yes, how I got interested in tech. So um, uh, after junior high school, I met a friend who was actually into tech, and it was actually interesting to me how he was able to build stuff
Mhm,
just on his computer. So I was intrigued, and I approached him and I told him that I also want to learn. And he was in the university then, and I was in junior high school. So
mhm,
he introduced me to it, and I got interested, and it was really nice. He showed me what you can achieve from doing that, and I was like, okay, so I'm going to learn this because I'm also interested in tech. Because since primary school, I've
mhm.
loved ICT. We do ICT as a subject in school, in primary school, and I loved the way our teacher was teaching us how to create website, how to navigate through website. So when I saw that, and this guy was telling me you can actually create your own website, I
Mhm.
got intrigued, and I was like, I'll learn it. And that has been the journey so far up to now that I am in the university currently.
Okay. So, with all of that, have you gotten to the point where you've created your own website, or have you created any projects of your own?
Okay, so um, throughout the journey, it was last 2 years that I took this career path professionally. So since the last 2 years, I've been working consistently in the professional part, and
Mhm,
I came up with an idea to help other developers who are struggling from where I am coming from. So we currently have a website that is actually training developers to hone their skills. So we want to help them build the skills that they need consistently with a group, like with a community, right? So you don't get overwhelmed, or if you need any support, you can get it from the community. So the name of the website I built is called GitHub Streak with double G. So double GITHUB, and then
mhm,
STREAK. So it is together, it's one word. So that
mhm.
is the community we have built, and we have a website um, on that as well. So it is a little community, it's a little tech community, and then an organization which now is like the demand is high, people are interested, they want to know more. So we want to I want to work together with people who are also already in the industry that are in the community, so we can turn it into a startup. So we can have a full focus and dedicated time helping people to achieve the success that we have already achieved up to this point.
Okay, just elaborate a little bit more on your website and how people can actually use it.
Okay, so it's quite simple. If you're a developer already, probably you would have experience with Git and GitHub. So
Mhm,
you go to the website www.github.com, then you
mhm.
sign up with your GitHub account. Immediately you sign up, you are part of the community. So
Yeah.
yours is to keep building any project, you ship it to GitHub, then we can track your progress on our website. So if you are falling off, we know that this particular software engineer is falling off, we send you um, an email to tell you where you should work on to get to the goal that you want to get to.
Okay. Within your tech career, what area do you specify in? Like, for example, framework, or what area do you specify in specifically?
That is a very good question because tech is really broad. And personally, I am specializing in front end development.
Mhm.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Your
Yeah.
camera is
So,
yeah.
so I personally, I'm a front end software engineer. I'm specializing in front end, and I'm using the main tech stack, which is Mongo database, Express, React, and Node.js. That is
Okay.
what I use in developing all of my applications.
Okay. So specifically front end, do you know some form of back end as well, or just
Yeah,
front end?
yes, a little bit of backend development. I know I have an idea about that, but I am specializing in front end development.
Okay. Um, who were your mentors that helped you to throughout your journey?
Wow, this is a really interesting question. So I've met a lot of people that I was looking up to from the beginning.
Mhm.
Um, People online, mostly it was this guy that I met that I said already that he's from the university. He helped me to get started, but I got to a point I was finding it difficult to get in touch with him. So
Right.
now the rest was on me. So I had to do a lot of research. So I met a lot of people online from Instagram, Twitter, and then YouTube. So I was
Yeah.
just learning from them, listening to their advice, and I think it has been so much great to be at this point following them. So I was, I was so fortunate to actually speak to one of my mentors when I was actually learning the career path. So I met him. I used to watch his content. I used to learn his materials on YouTube. And then
Mhm.
later on, I met him on X. And then I happened to be on the same space on X. And then I got the chance to co-host him. So I got
Oh,
a direct link with him. And from there, I started learning more from him. So if I'm confused about anything in the job market, or if I'm confused of anything relating to engineering, I talk to
mhm.
him. He gives me advice. I refine. I learn. I move on. That's what I do.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Another thing with you learning from him, throughout your experience, more so, do you feel like you learned more from him than school, or
Okay.
which?
Okay. So most of my journey has been self-taught route. So I
Oh,
took the self-taught route. I never learned the skill I know now from school. School didn't
okay.
teach me that. So I did all the research myself. I took a Udemy course. After completion, I built a couple of projects to get to understand certain stuff. So I didn't get the traditional school training. So it's
Yeah.
a fully self-taught software engineer.
Okay. So are you like mentoring other upcoming tech people that are trying to get into the industry?
Yes,
Like, per
definitely.
se, if I wanted to start a tech journey, would you be able to mentor me?
Absolutely, 100%. That is what our community is about. We help
Okay.
people who also want to get into tech.
Mhm.
So my DMs are always open and my social media account is always there. I respond to messages. So anybody that wants to learn from scratch, you have no idea about tech and you want to get started, we have
Yeah.
found out. We know what you have to do exactly. So we try to help people to get started on the right path. Because, for instance, myself, starting out was really difficult because I didn't know where I was going actually. So
Mhm.
I was learning a lot of programming languages, a lot of concepts before I got to realize that I said last 2 years, and I got to realize that, oh, so there is a professional path that you have to actually take in order to get to the destination that you want to get. So basically, we help other junior developers who or anybody who wants to get into tech. We help them. That is what our community is about.
Okay. So what advice would you have for an upcoming, the younger generation that's trying to get into tech? What's one of the main advice you'll have for them?
This is a very good question.
Mm,
So, what I recommend is that if you are really new to tech and you don't know what to do, you don't know where to start, I will recommend that you first of all find a mentor, somebody who is doing what you want to do. Deep down, you really want to do this. So, you should find someone who's already doing it and excelling. And then from there, you help you will let the person help you with a roadmap because you are going to do most of the work. So let the person help you with roadmap. So after finding a mentor, you let a mentor help you with a roadmap, and then
yeah.
you stay on the roadmap at least from 6 months to a year. It should be through to the basics of computer science, the basics of programming, and the basics of solving basic problems. So you should be good. If you find a good mentor, somebody someone who is already excelling in what you want to do, and then the second thing is you should find a specific roadmap towards
Mm,
where exactly you want to go.
okay. Another question. How interactive is your website?
So my website, it's currently not so much, how should I put it? Users don't really interact with it. You sign
Okay.
up on the website, and then automatically you join the community. So
Mm,
after joining the website, if you're in the community and then you are facing any challenges, you put it on board, and then any member, if I don't even support you or if I don't even see your message on time, there is
yeah.
a professional in the community who will reach out to you, who will help you to um, solve the issue that you are facing. So the community is more of if you are building something, you are building a project, you want to practice what you have learned. After you have learned the theory, you want to practice what you have learned. You join the website with your GitHub account, then you focus on the project that you are practicing. So you actually solve the problem, you code, then you push your code to GitHub. Then while you are pushing your code to GitHub, now we can actually track your progress. We can know what exactly you are doing using GitHub, using Git and then GitHub. You get me?
Oh,
We
yeah.
track your progress, and then if you face any challenge, if you face any problem, you just drop a message in the community, and then there are professionals there to help. So basically, that's what we do. And then we keep working on it. We keep adding more features as people um, request. So there is this
Yeah.
main features we are currently working on this very month. So the first one is project. So the project, what I mean by that is users would be able to add a problem they have found that they really want to solve. So an
Mm,
idea, they have an idea and they want to solve it with software. They want to provide solution to that problem in the form of a software. So
mm,
you'll be able to add that particular idea on the website. So everybody knows exactly what you are working on. So people can contribute to your idea, give you more ideas upon your ideas. And then the second part is mentorship. So the mentorship, we want to really be careful on
mm,
how we want to do our mentorship. So we want to bring people who are directly in the industry. Like
mhm,
let's talk of people from Google, people from Amazon, people from Netflix, people who are actually in the job market.
yeah.
So any of the members or anybody starting tech can have a direct conversation with them to
Mm,
know the insider information so they can act upon the information that they have heard.
okay. What challenges have you faced while being in this industry? Like, how has your journey been?
Okay, so the challenges are a lot in this
Okay.
field. So first of all, let me start with imposter syndrome.
Mm,
So it is when it comes to the tech industry, it is one of these things, these feelings you get where you feel like you don't know enough. That is why I said you should get a mentor. The moment you get a mentor, you understand every stage that you get to. So there will be a point. There was a point I actually felt down. I broke down like for months. I could not get up and do what I want to do. I could not write code. I could not
Yeah.
sit in front of my machine because I was seeing what my colleagues, I was seeing what my other team members are doing, and I'm unable to do that. So I was feeling like I am not good enough, or this field is not for me. So
Right.
I began asking myself questions, and I got to understand that this thing is as a result of imposter syndrome. There is a point you feel like you don't know enough, but then when you reflect on where you started from, when you reflect on how from the beginning you didn't know anything, and now you've come to a point where you know something, that should give you a track record that you are making progress. So you should focus on your progress. You should focus on what you can do. You should focus on what you are learning, so you can be a better engineer. So that was the advice I got, and I was able to pass through that phase of a challenge. I'm not saying maybe sometime it's not going to come back, but now I
Mhm.
understand it better. So anytime
Right.
I'm having that kind of fear, that kind of anxiety, I would definitely know how to control it.
Yeah. Okay, so like, are there any other projects you're working on or any specific things outside of the website that
Okay,
you work on?
all right. So currently, aside the GitHub Streak website I'm working on, I'm actually working with a startup company, and the company is creating a solution for the agricultural sector, and I am their front end developer. So I am building the admin dashboard for that particular project. So currently, that is what I'm doing together with the GitHub Streak website.
Oh, okay. So how is that experience going for you? Do you like working with others or are you more so a introverted type of person?
Sorry, I guess I missed that.
I was asking, do you like working with others or are you more so introverted when it comes to your work?
This is a really really good question that I want to go a little bit deeper, if you don't mind.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah. So I started alone, right? I started my software engineering alone, and then I thought I I knew most of the things until I started. So starting from, please can you come with the question again?
Yes. How the question was, how are you with working with others? Are you more so introverted or you would more so like to attend to a bigger group of projects?
All right, got it. So I started as a solo software engineer, and I was building a lot of mini projects and smaller projects. So let's say those ones were projects that I was trying to understand concept. So
Mhm.
for the last 2 years, I've been working with team members, and that has 2x my experience as at this point. Because working with team members, you will get to know, understand why this thing is done this way, why it is not done in this way. So I got to understand from that sphere as well. And you also get to, you know, talk to team members, and they will give you a lot of ideas. They will tell you a lot of things that you don't even think that personally you will learn them yourself. So I later on came to this. I later on discovered that I also learn best with people. I also
Mhm.
learn best with team members. So
Right.
I moved from being a solo, software engineer to working with team members, because as for the past 2 years, I'm loving that. I'm loving working with team members as well. So,
Mhm.
like for example, the GitHub streak, it was an idea I had. I wanted to do it alone, but I was like, no, this thing can be something big. So, let me
Yeah.
introduce other professionals. So I did that, and my
Mm,
answers were right, you know. So
right.
a lot of people contributed, and at the same time as well to working with AgriWise tech startup, working as a front end developer. So that has been the, you know, moving from a solo software engineer to working with team members.
Okay. Is there anything you want the viewers to know that we didn't touch base on specifically you want to talk about?
Something that I want the users to know.
Mhm.
Okay, so definitely. So what I would speak on is, if you are interested in tech and you want to get into tech, I'll recommend, as I said already, you get a mentor, someone who is already doing something that you want to do. And then also ask yourself, do you really want to do this?
Mhm.
That is something you have to really ask yourself. Do you really want to do this? Are you going to do it because you've seen people doing it and then they're getting a lot of money? That is what you want to do? Or you really want to do this for the long time? Right? So
Right.
these are the questions you have to ask yourself. When you are okay with your answers and you're happy with your answers, then it is free. Tech is free. You know, you just go learn all the materials, get your hands on all the good materials as much as possible to get these amazing skills for you to build great things.
Okay. So with throughout your experience, how likely do you recommend tech to those who are starting off? Do you think it's a field that you would recommend to people to come and join, or is it like on the difficult side?
So it will depend on the individual's goals.
Mhm.
To depend on your goals, as I said already, um, if you want to get into tech, mostly the question I ask is, do you really want to get into it?
Yeah.
Or is it because you've seen people doing it, that's why you want to do it?
Mhm.
Because some of us, we are in it for a lifetime, you know, for the long run.
Yeah.
So that is the angle I am looking at it from. So it will also depend on the individual, how you want. It depends on the individual's goals, right? But
Mhm.
then I would say tech is a good thing. Tech is interesting. The moment you get the skills, you'll be able to build anything that you want to build. Anything you think of, you can actually build it with your skills. So tech is good. Tech is interesting. I would recommend everyone gets into tech. Everyone gets involved into tech.
Okay. Well, it was nice having a conversation with you. Would you please go ahead, state your name again and your website so we can check it out? So, yeah.
All right. So my name is Edmond Akwesi,
Hmm.
and the software we developed is called GitHub Streak. So we took inspiration from GitHub, but then ours is having a double G. So double G ITHUB, then the streak STREAK. It's one word.
Okay. All right. Well, it was nice having you on. It was nice conversating with you. Our goal is to basically introduce you guys and anybody else around the world to, just get you guys information out to any companies that's looking forward, to having new people on their team. So it was really nice having a conversation with you. And thank you for your time, Edwin.
Sure. Thank you.
Edmond. You're
Yes.
welcome.
You're
Bye.
welcome. Bye.